showtime.
It's showtime. And here we go.
Welcome into another episode of the Movie Geek Podcast. I'm your host, George T. And what in the world is going on here in the movie theaters? I'm going to just throw it out there. I was definitely shocked at how all of this transpired this weekend. First, though, I want to thank everyone for watching the live last week. I know, the numbers I don't really care about. I only cared about getting that out there, getting that 100th out there. I'm hoping that you saw some of the shorts, you liked it, shared it. Let's get to another 100 and so on. So, like, subscribe, comment. Please, let's interact. Or tell people to subscribe. Let's grow this a lot, and we'll have some more fun. Maybe we'll do another live at 200 or 150 or who knows. But that was a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the live and the shorts that were a part of that. You'll get to see my little guy at the very beginning of the surprise. Okay. Let us talk about last week. So there was a lot of movies and they were hyped. And kind of we're going back to the Life of Chuck's of the world kind of thing, where the movie was hyped, great cast, and it gets limited release, and it's supposed to be a major motion picture. So, harping back to some of the movies that I wanted to see this month actually got released last weekend, but were in very limited release. Not exactly sure why. So let us begin with, obviously, the top five. Top five, Bad Guys 2 stays at number 5. Did not fall anywhere. Went 5.1 million. Fantastic Four, still hanging in there, made $6 million. Freakier Friday dropped from 2 to 3, making 8.9 million. Weapons drops from 1 to 2 at 15.4. And in its first weekend release, after being a pop sensation on Netflix, the new number 1 is K-Pop Demon Hunter Sing-Along Event. Okay, so you all watched it on Netflix, and then you shelled out money to watch it on the big screen. I'm so confused. Whether you like the movie or not, if it's free on Netflix, why would you go and see it in the theater? It just does not make a lot of sense to me. That is why the streaming service, it's like dropping Happy Gilmore 2 in the theater and seeing it be number 1. Why exactly? That's just my take on it. Let's look at some of the movies that did premiere. Honey Don't was one I will definitely be seeing this week. Made $3 million, but it was only in 1,300 theaters. Now, normally when bigger releases come out, they're usually in like the 3,000 number or whatnot. Like Weapons was number 2. It was in 3,600 theaters. So why this film does not get more theaters, I'm not sure. Maybe it will get some in its second release. Eden, the Ron Howard film, it literally was hyped so much. 664 theaters, only made $1 million. I'm thoroughly confused as to why. I mean, F1 has been out for several weeks, and it had 1,000 theaters, which was number 9 on the box. So Eden finished in 14th place. Like, craziness. I mean, Black Swan re-release had 200 theaters by itself. Like, it's bizarre. Trust, 432 theaters, made 204, 40,000. Again, another movie that I saw a lot of hype for was Trust, and yet does not in any theaters. Then you have Lurker and Pools, which literally had 4 and 1 showing, respectively. Again, I'm not entirely sure what we're doing here, but then there is this weekend with a lot of movies coming out. Um, One in particular is the one I was hyping up at the um, beginning July one, where I wanted to see Caught Stealing, the Austin Butler film coming up this weekend. It looks good. If you have not seen the trailer, go back and watch the most anticipated movies for this month, for August, I'm sorry. And it is going to be pretty good. Austin Butler has become a very big star, and I'm hoping it will get more than 1,000 theaters to go and see. Um, George actually said he'd want to go see it, so I'll probably go take him to see Caught Stealing. So let's look at what is coming out. Um, Netflix has got Thursday Murder Club, and this stars Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, and Celie Emi. 4 retirees spend their time solving cold case murders for fun, but their casual sleuthing takes a thrilling turn when they find themselves with a real whodunit on their hands. So this is murder in our own buildings, um, meets like Matlock kind of thing. So um, it is on Netflix. It will not be in theaters. I'm just throwing that out there right now. So that is definitely worth a watch. We have a movie called Stranger Eyes. This is a movie from Singapore. A young married couple, baby daughter goes missing, and suspicions fall on their voyeur neighbor. Uh, Very terrifying, and these Chinese, Japanese, Singapore films, they all have that psychological horror element. And I mean, obviously it's not horror, but it can be categorized as one, because if you are a parent and your little baby goes missing, that's terrifying. So again, think um, not horrific as in blood and gore or whatever, but it is horrific to think about uh, your baby being missing. An animated film comes out as well this weekend, Sanatorium Under the Sign of the Hourglass. Um, Kind of noirish type, um, film noirish type animes. A ghostly train journey on a forgotten branch line transports a man visiting his dying father in a sanatorium on the edge of a mythic forest. So, if you're into anime, this is probably a movie for you. Um, Probably very limited release, so it's probably going to be on video on demand at some point, either at this weekend or the following weekend. Portuguese film is also coming out, Motel Destino. Um, the motel is the scene of a dangerous game of desire, power, and violence. One night, the arrival of a young Geraldo uh, definitely transforms his daily life in this place. So I want to say this is kind of like um, Natural Born Killerish, just from the cinematography and whatnot. So this will be also in very limited release. Then there was another movie called Love, Brooklyn. Andre Holland and Nicole Behor, three long-term Brooklynites navigate love, friendship, and careers amid the rapidly changing landscape of their Brooklyn and beloved city. Sorry. Uh, so again, three couples living in Brooklyn, um, you know, trying to do their thing. Uh, Limited release, so it'll probably be on Tubi at some point. Yeah, I know that was a joke, but um, Tubi has a lot of these type movies on it. Also, really strange monster movies as well. Don't, I mean, makes me want to start writing again. All right. Also, Griffin in Summer. This is also a very limited release. A 14-year-old Griffin, uh, an ambitious playwright of his generation. Um, but once he meets a handsome 25-year-old Brad, his world will never be the same. So, um, another coming of age story. Um, you know, uh, a playwright meeting a handyman, and it just changes his life for the good or the bad, depending on how you see it. So, very limited release on this one. Then we have A Little Prayer, and this movie stars Jane Levy, David Stranahan, and Will Pullen. Um, this was another movie that I had listed. When I made my top five, I had like literally 10 movies that looked very, very good that I would have liked to have put on the top 10, but when I had to make top five, this one kind of fell out of it. But A Little Prayer. When a man begins to suspect that his son is having an affair, he falls into a relationship minefield, trying to protect his daughter-in-law while trying to understand his son. Uh, a um, very interesting film, and it's definitely one that I will be checking out. Um, it, Again, it'll be in limited release, so I'll have to wait for a video on demand, but hopefully I'll have a review for it, hopefully very soon. All right, two other big titles, but then again, may not be in very big release, is the remake of The Toxic Avenger. Okay, Toxic Avenger, um, 89, I believe, The Toxic Avenger came out, and then I believe it made some sequels. I never got into it. So again, I don't know why we are doing a remake of it. But the cast includes Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger, Jacob Tremblay, Kevin Bacon as the villain in this movie, and Elijah Wood is also in this film. So a horrific toxic accident transforms a downtrodden janitor into a new evolution of a hero. This looks just as cheesy as the '89 version, and props to them to keeping it that way, but again, was there really a need to make this movie? Probably not. But again, nostalgia calls, I guess. And so far, the only movie that's made me nostalgic for a remake is the Naked Gun movie, which I honestly didn't think it was going to happen. So there is that. Uh, finally, The Roses. So this is a different spin on the movie War of the Roses that starred Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. Um, you know, two people on the verge of divorce and how they were going to split the assets. Um, it's just, again, why are we remaking some good films? Like, War of the Roses was a good film. This stars Olivia Colman, um, Benedict Cumberbatch. They are the Roses. And then you've got their next door neighbors, Kate McKinnon and Andy Samberg. So again, this is a comedy, and again, it's a retelling, a different telling of the War of the Roses movie. If you liked War of the Roses, maybe you'll like this one. I will see it. I don't know when I'll see it, but again, I know I'm hypocritical about remakes and the nostalgia portions and sequels or reboots, whatever. There is just certain movies that should never be remade. They were good the way they were. It's just the nature of the beast, I guess. So right now on TV, I am uh, watching Alien Earth. Really, really good show. I have to catch up on Wednesday. Um, also, Ironheart, um, The Eyes of Wakanda, and Twisted Metal season 2. So there's so much that I've been watching. So I haven't really caught a lot of movies since the live. So I've been trying to catch up on TV. So I will probably do TV reviews, as soon as I get caught up on all the finished shows. Maybe even do an episode on just TV shows that I've watched in general this year. And obviously, Paradise has been, my top show for the year so far. And I've seen, Walking Dead, Dead City, and I've seen a lot of other shows. It's just right now, Paradise has definitely been on there. And then next month, there is a few shows that I'm looking forward to, especially Only Murders in Our Building. Season 5 looks crazy good. The first 4 seasons were amazing. So I'm guessing this is going to be just as amazing. Also, for the paranormal people, as I mentioned in the live, the paranormal stuff I will start to drop in mid-September. And again, this is from 2 years ago. And I definitely, I know that it's not going to be spectacular because it's not fake. I'm not, going to be over the top like a lot of these guys are, because that's not me. I had experiences, but hard to replicate them on a screen when you don't see them. A lot of the paranormal groups that you watch on YouTube are over the top. They're trying to get you to watch their videos. They're setting things up. They're feeling things. I have felt experiences off camera, and I've never been scared of something, like moving or whatever. I've also not captured a whole lot on camera, and that is because there's a lot of times that there isn't anything to capture. Shadow figures sometimes appear, sometimes they don't. And a lot of times with me, I've seen shadow figures but never have recorded them. So I can't fabricate those. And you'll see that when we do The Conjuring. I did The Conjuring House for the second time with Ashley. There was something there that we couldn't explain. but it wasn't captured on film. It was captured on a picture, but with our own eyes, and you'll see all of that when that comes out. So I hope that you guys will have the same fun kind of time watching, the podcast as you do with the paranormal stuff. Right now, again, I stopped putting that stuff up because of the people that have been faking and everything else. There's so much fake, and I wasn't getting the views because I was exactly documenting what I experienced, not what a lot of people wanted to see. A lot of people wanted to see, something fly across the screen. If it happened, it happened. Or, somebody being over the top when they get touched. I've been touched plenty of times. I had an experience in Shanley Hotel that to this day I will not go back to Shanley by myself. But I was with a group then, and the only way I'm going, I like going to places by myself. You'll see there's my time right now at the sanatorium is up now, and I did one solo in Wilson's Castle. But Shanley Hotel, I want to do again, but I will not go alone because it's the only place that has given me such a fear of something bad. And again, I don't have any of this. It got lost on my old laptop, and a broken disk drive. It was there. Unfortunately, it's no longer there. And but my experience on the third floor at Shanley was one of, I'm not sure what is going on here, but I know it's not good. And it's crazy. I will talk about it more in a short when I get to start dropping the paranormal stuff. So definitely, if you're into it, definitely watch. I'm also still trying to work on getting some guests. I will not be going to Terracon coming up in a week or so, or 2 weeks. And then I will probably go to Silver Screams. I actually have that Saturday off from work, and I will probably be going to that one just for the day. And then Rhode Island will be in November. So looking forward to that. There's so many people I want to meet there. So I'm saving up now for that. So with that being said, I will see you all at the movies.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
See you next time. Bye.
Waiting for you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's all, folks.